hit the stream button.
There we go. Finally. It's on.
I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay.
Yep.
It's in yellow. Oh. Okay. So, welcome everybody. If you can, if anyone's watching this, well, I actually got to send out the. I got to send out the link. I think that'd be a good idea if I just send out the link to people. Like, hey, all right. So this is the first ever Samsung Cup Series post race slash after show. This is a live event as of right now. I got my co-host in here. I got Mr. Zach Fitzwater in here. He's the owner of Fitzwater Australia Racing, and in the race 3, unfortunately, got safe corrupted as I posted that video earlier today. As um, so yeah, it's Zach. Introduce yourself. Even though I just did for you.
Alright, buddy. Thanks for having me on, Chris.
Yes, welcome. So, race 3, like I said, you got safe corrupted, unfortunately. But it was a huge day for your team. You won the race, and you currently got the points lead. So, talk about your excitement.
It was about damn time I won a race. It's been a while. And it's also been a while since we let the championship standing. Thank Steinbeck I could run in Chicagoland and then turn it up race 3 and let lead the points for the first time in a while.
Yes, and it the start of the season for your team was it was very like mind-boggling because your team, one of the best teams in the Samsung Cup Series, pretty much your entire team was like on the tail end. Like you guys were on the bottom of the points, with the exception of Peraza, which I think. But yeah, this race was a huge race for your team, right? Yeah, Steinbach, currently the points leader. Right? Yeah, Steinbach was the only one doing good for the first two in the first two races. Then Jay won, and Jay's right now in 25th. I'm gonna bring up the points for everyone that's watching this right now, and you have the points as well, so for you to look at. So
Mhm.
yeah, like I showed, the points right now, Jay Durrell, 25th race winner. Um, so as you see the points, Jade right now is 10 points out. So what's your confidence feeling that he can get into the top 16 after race 4?
I feel confident of getting up to the top 16 points in the next race and hopefully win more races and stay in the top 16 points and be in the title hunt with Barasta and Steinbach as well. First and fifth in points. I hope they both can stay up there and contend for championship. And they're all doing the same exact time as well.
Yeah. If yeah, in the points, see they're on Jacks right now, 29th.
Oh, and I
Obviously
forgot about
that
that.
yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, Peter Onjak, he's in 29th right now. I know Onjak is definitely confused when he joined the team. But yeah, you guys have a the you guys without a doubt have the best road course roster. You got Jay, who's won now 9 of these things. Peter's, I think Peter hasn't won a road course race yet, but last season impressed everyone. Finished top 10 in all the road races last year, and Baraz is also a road racer. So, um, but unfortunately for Australia, only Jay and Steinbeck really performed. So, like, what happened there for in the race in Australia?
To be honest, I really don't know what happened. They were three that didn't perform well at and on home turf, but finally Jay was coming for a message sent, and instead of staying with the film, that I was coming back, and I stick by his word, and that's how it happened.
Yeah. So the next race is another road course. Um, what is what is the game plan for the next road course?
Well, I did speak to all of the other three of my teammates, and I told them loud and clear: if you want to perform well on the road course, you gotta learn from Jay. And I have a lot of confidence in Steinbach, Barasa, and Onja to be confident in what Jay said, and hopefully we can probably get a 1, 2, 3, 4 out of it.
All right. Yes. Um, however, Samsung Cup Series has always had a strong number of road racers. The number one threat, for Jay, has been statistically Allison Rhodes, who has won, I think, four road races, and so and Allison drove for your team in season 1, and she learned a bit from Jay. How how is it, for Jay, kind of battling his student, and for each of these road races wins?
Well, I talked to Jay about that the other day about it, and he doesn't seem really surprised about it, but says when he gets a chance, he'll teach other road racers like we did with Austin Roads, and then with uh, on Jack and others, and yeah, it's hard to time your mentor, I'll call it, and yeah, I mean it's just one of the things that you gotta learn one road course race to another, and everybody's been picking up their game on it, so.
Yes. Yeah. And I do want to correct myself about the 9 wins for Jay. Those are not 9 road course wins. It's 9 wins in total. He does have 4 wins that were not on the road courses. I believe 2 of them were last season. So Jay has five road wins and 4 non-road course wins. I just remember that. So correcting myself there. So besides obviously your team, what other teams do you think are the top challengers for your guys when it comes to the championship win?
Well, I would say any other Dodge team out there that also came out swinging, and then also has Benyako's team, and let me look here. Um, Timmy's right up
Benyako's team
there.
would be NTX.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Foster's
Continue.
up there. Drew Campbell, Finguy, Galway. There's a bunch of guys in the top 16 there. I would say title contenders if they stay up there. So
Yeah. It is kind of funny that Adam Steinbach, who's a member of your team, Fitzwater the Racing, is currently leading. And then second place, Alex Benyako, who is a member of my team, NTX Motorsports. Benyako, Roush, Curtis, and season 1 champ Robert Harrison. Yeah, right now, your team, my team, currently 1 and 2, completely random. I did not. Anyone who watches it, I did not fix anything. It's completely random. Like I said, every driver has a
fun.
chance to win every single race. It's just if you get lucky or not with obviously AI drivers and all that stuff. But yeah, the big shocker, I see 3 races in, Smart Motorsports I mentioned this in the video where I said the race 3 got save corrupted. Smart Motorsports, Allison Rhodes is the only person from Smart Motorsports in the top, in the top 16, like in the top 20, in the top 25. Friesen, Cody Smart, Roger Ray, they're all 30th on down. So like, as obviously a team owner, seeing a championship contending, team from the season 3 championship winner from last season, and as well as the rookie of the year team, rookie of the year winner for, like, how surprising is that for you to see Smart Motorsports, 3 of their 4 cars performing this badly?
I'm not very surprised, but I'm very shocked. I mean, I like kind of Frieza as a title contender and Roger Ray as well, but they just haven't picked up any pace or picked up any slack for the first 3 races of the year. That's really shocking, especially with Harrison as well.
Yeah, and obviously, I always talk about how in the Samsung Cup Series consistency is very key, and so far we are definitely seeing that. With some drivers on some teams that probably coming into this season weren't really speculated to be a heavy favorite. You mentioned Jeffrey Finguy, Jay Galloway. Those 2 guys are on Jay Galloway's team. That team. This is their first year as a full time team, and right now Galloway and Finguy have two right there, 7th and 8th. So that's very. So far to me, that's kind of surprising because I thought they're going to be a little bit of an underdog team, which they are, and right here we go. Like I said, just shows you consistency is key. So, um, what is your what's an underdog team that you really need to watch out for?
Well, you said everyone had Galloway's team, especially the true underdog. Galloway got himself, and he also got Finguy, another AKA road course ringer I know in the past. So yeah, that's the the true underdog team I'm looking forward to. They pick up a pace. I thought they would be slacking back, falling back, trying to learn crawl their way up through. Well, they just picked up for the first 3 races. I'm very surprised how they performed.
Yeah, and a couple of other underdog teams right now in the top 16. Christian Vargas, his team currently has himself and Jake Rogers 10th and 11th. Well, not necessarily a full on rookie team. Aaron Lukes Racing, who pretty much bought everything from JJ Motorsports from season 3. So we saw that JJ Motorsports in season 3 was a very good team, but Aaron Lukes, they bought everything from JJ Motorsports, and that good equipment is showing. That it's very much still good because Gatlin Downey, Cyrus McGee, Aaron Lukes, all 3 of them are in the top 16. So you get right there, like, JJ Motorsports kind of like rebirth, I would say. So is that definitely a team you got to look out for in these next coming races?
Oh, definitely with Aaron, especially with Aaron Lukes, who drove for my team last year. And learned a lot from there and put him back with his team. He's kind of impressive, I can tell you that much. Especially also with Vargas and McGee and them guys. Yeah, I'm very surprised at how Aaron Brooks' team picked up a pace for the first 3 races of the year.
Yeah, and you know, and even though he's not currently in the top 16, from the only Aaron Lukes racing driver not in the top 16 right now, that is Cesar Chavez. Chavez right now is 18th. He's only 2 points behind his teammate Aaron Lukes. So, and Chavez is a good road racer. We saw that in season 3. Um, in these next few races, Aaron Luke's racing really needs to be looked out by everyone, but all the other teams, because they're the team right now with the most drivers on the roster in the chase as of right now. So it's that team's dominant. So I stand corrected. Interlix Racing and NTX right now have the most members on the roster in the top 16 as of right now. So we're gonna move on to the schedule for these next up and coming races. If you wanna move to the schedule, you can see what's up and coming. Up next is Malin Motorsports Park from Australia. We will try to have a race there. I'll do everything I can to have a race there, but if I can't, then I'll just move to another road course. So if we can have Malin Motorsports Park in another race in Australia, how excited would you be?
Ah, I'm always excited when any series like Samsung Cup series comes to home turf and races on home turf. So that's I'm just pretty excited for not for Jai, but also for my organization as well, right on our home turf, racing in front of the home crowd. It's exciting for us.
Yes, and after Malin Park in Australia, the races after that are, as you can see, Martinsville, Bristol, Las Vegas, Texas, and the Dodge Motordrome. That will round off the regular season. Yeah, only 17 races, as you guys can see. So with those races after Malin Motorsports Park, who, where do you think would be like your best chance to get like another win? After the second race in Australia.
I got Marcel scheduled on my calendar as well as Vegas. Bristol's not really exciting for us, but Marshall and Vegas coming up are next on the list. Circled on my calendar since Jai has won a pe- Pencil Pro Series race there last year or 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago, I forget, but it was last year. But yeah, Jay's got Martinsville cross on the schedule. Vegas coming up as well. Texas is probably going to be the next one on the schedule for us. We circled, so the next three of the four is pretty much exciting for us.
Yeah, and with the one of the big things in this season is the fact that 45 cars. In race three, we're gonna have 45 cars. For the next, hopefully for the rest of the year. So, what big challenges that present? 45.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 45 cars for the rest of the year. It's gonna be I would say entertaining or go see everyone around, but yeah, 45 cars. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and and obviously, 45 cars on a track like the two tracks in Australia, as well as Las Vegas and Texas you see there. But for Martinsville, Bristol, and the Dodge Motordrome, that's gonna be that's gonna be that's gonna be like the first hectic, races with 45 cars because normally it's already hectic with 42, but 45 um, you know obviously that has to be in your mind, but also your driver's mind.
No, it's actually pretty much in everybody's minds when with Martinsville, Bristol, like you said, Vegas, Texas, Dodge Motordrome. Yeah, it's good on everybody's minds when you have to make green flag pit stops, and if you get your pissed off quickly and then without having to deal with traffic and or unless you get hit by traffic. But yeah, yeah, it's on everybody else's mind.
Yeah, and obviously something that's not on currently that's shown on the schedule that it was last year. The All Star race. The All Star race, I will announce right now, is coming back. I didn't think about having the All Star race beforehand, but as we've kind of gotten along here, I have decided to put the All Star race back in, and I've also decided to kind of reformat, reformat the All Star race because in last season, the winner of the All Star race, if they weren't a non-top 16 guy, they took the place of 16th. So I have reformatted it a little bit. So what the first starters, what the All Star Showdown is going to be is the top 10 people, the top 10 finishers in the All Star Showdown. They will advance to the All Star race, and and the top three drivers that did not finish in the top 10, but were the top three guys in in the showdown fan vote that did not finish in the top 10 in the showdown. They will also move on to the All Star race. So we're gonna have 13 people move on from the All Star showdown to the All Star race, and give those basically those 13 people will have one final shot to be in the chase. And if a non-top 16 driver wins the All-Star race, they will be in the chase but as a 17th spot. So, what do you think of that announcement?
That is that I did not. That went left field. I didn't expect that, but yeah, I mean, if a non chaser gets the All Star win, gets in, likes the 17th spot, it'll be quite interesting on how the chase format will work for at the end of the Dash Murder. So, to be honest, with mine, it could bring out the best of anybody, really, to be honest.
Yes. So obviously, with that announcement, that means if for all drivers, if you finish in the top 16, all 16 of you, you're locked in. And just like last season, if a driver, uh, who's in the who finished in the top 16 in the regular season, if one of them wins the All Star race, then just like last season, you will get 2 bonus points. And if a non-top, and if that happens, then we will only have 16 people. So the only way we will have 17 guys in the chase for the championship is if a non-top 16 driver wins the All-Star race. I know that probably sounds confusing, but you know, I tried to make it sound less confusing. Are you confused or do you get it?
I get it. I get how it works.
Yeah. So things are gonna get exciting. Also, just like last season, there's no win in your in formula because if there was, then Darrell would already be in locked in for the chase. So, yeah, that's I don't really do win in your in. It's pretty much you make the only way you make the chase is you get in the top 16, and if you have a win, then that's 3 bonus points. Oh, that's actually something I just thought of that I just remembered that I do want to also add to the All Star Race announcement for everyone. If you are, if you finish the regular season outside the top 16, but you also have a win, if you get through the All Star event and you become the 17th person, if you are the 17th driver that moves on to the chase and you also have a win, that will only give you 1 bonus point instead of the usual 3 because you failed to make the top 16 in the first place. So that probably confused you. It's probably as well everyone that's watching this.
It's actually it probably actually it's gonna be confusing for most people who are probably not watching, but for me, I actually get the whole chase system. So
Yeah. So I'm actually I'll write it down and I'll show it. I'll write it all down and then I'll also show it for people. So yeah. That I think that pretty much covers it. Thank you, Zachary Fitzwater, for joining me here in the first Samsung Cup Series post-race after show. And hopefully after race 4, you'll join me again, and hopefully more people will join me in the talk for number 2. So thank you for joining me, Zach. And is there anything you want to add?
Thanks for thanks for having me on, Chris. That's what's exciting for me. It's been a while since I ever did one of these with anybody else, so it's been first in a while. But I'd like to thank you, Chris, for letting me have you on, and it's just a lot of fun. I probably would come back and do another one of these.
All right, so just one last thing before we do cut off. Without who would be your pick for Mountain Motorsports Park, and it can't be one of your drivers.
Guy, Jeffrey Guy.
All right, so my pick, and just like Zach couldn't pick one of his, I can't pick one of mine. The driver that I would pick for Mountain Motorsports Park, I'm going to pick Caleb Campbell. He showed season 3 that he is a little bit of a road racer. He won the first AMS Oil down under 300. So yeah, Caleb Campbell, you're my pick. So yeah, once again, thank you everyone that watches this. Thank you, Zach.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, we'll see you guys next time for the next race and then the second after show. Goodbye.